Look how high up this is lifted. You can't even get a pallet jack. You can't roll anything under there because it's heavily corroded. This plate used to be embedded in concrete, but as you can see, it's all rusted out and it's disconnected. So we're going to take it out, clean it up, put some anchors in there, and reset it back in concrete. Okay, here we are. Even with the roll-up door closed, you can see all the heavy corrosion, super heavy rust. Down in this crack, all the corrosion has caused that plate to separate from the old concrete, therefore becoming detached and lifting up, causing a tripping hazard, and the pallet jack will not clear it anymore. So it makes it extremely difficult for the receiving area. Got a bag of concrete ready to go. So this is an update. Look at all the heavy rust and corrosion. This is years of neglect. Look how it was popping up. Remember, it was a tripping hazard and you couldn't get a pallet jack to go over the threshold here. Look it was a piece of angle, not just a flat bar. See that curve? So the problem is this angle never had welded studs. The studs are what's supposed to properly hold on to the concrete. They just threw an angle hoping the concrete will hold. Well, guess what? It didn't hold. Look at all this corrosion. This is what happens when you don't waterproof or make a piece of steel, which is supposed to be the threshold on the bottom of the roll-up door. When you don't make it watertight and you don't have welded studs on the bottom of the angle, this is what type of rust the heavy corrosion looks like. So here's the 1/4 inch angle, but it looks more like a flat bar because the other piece was rusted out. This is the other side, the vertical part that was down in the ground. There was no welded studs on there to hold on to the concrete. So the other leg of this angle would have gone all along there, but it's extremely rusted out and stuck down in here, so I'm going to dig that out. Now, most contractors would try to re-secure this plate down to the ground, but trust me, there's nothing for the anchors to hold on to. All right, between the vacuum and the compressor, I got all the corrosion removed. Well, there's a little bit left there, but I'm going to be using the Quikrete bonding primer. I'm going to clean it up a little bit more, blow it out, and then do more repairs. I had forgotten I had stainless wire, so I switched back over to regular hardwire. And then after the angle is set in concrete, I welded the ends to the verticals so that it does not move around on me. And the resurfacer is for thin areas, as you can see on the right, and then for the deep areas it will penetrate as well. Then after it's all set up, I use the concrete polyurethane caulking that they recommend for the edges. And there's a couple different variations of this, but I just decided to use the polyurethane. Now, they had a light gray, but I kind of wish they had a dark gray. But it turned out really well. Now, they didn't say to paint the steel threshold, but I did do several clear coats to prevent rust.